Hi there. My name is John Reyes, and I just want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to be able to share with you a bit about our strategic process in order to get your home sold on Amber Court. The first thing I'd like to let you know is this. I did prepare in detail an answer. It's a strategic property review and selling plan and answer to every one of your questions. So I will be sure to include this in the email that I send on over. But in addition to that, I wanted to take the time just to share a few more details about me. First of all, I moved to Amber Court when I was 8 years old. So that was in 1989. So in 1989, we moved to Amber Court. I was 8 years old and pretty much grown up on the street since. I am also a neighbor. I purchased Mr. and Mrs. Berry's home, Gene and Thelma, as I knew them. And I've also had the opportunity to sell other properties on our street as well. This is a photo of my wife and I. I am local to Ontario. This is one of the key things that I think makes me a standout as a real estate professional. I met my wife at Chaffey High School. I went to Hawthorne, Vinedanks, as well as Chaffey. And fast forward in my professional career, I'm a real estate professional. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a mortgage loan originator. And in addition to that, I have a strategic network of real estate agents. In fact, I'm recording this video with you right now while I'm in my hotel in Las Vegas, because in addition to being a real estate practitioner, I'm also a trainer. I train real estate agents all across the US. This is a photo on the left side of me and Mike Mealer. This is the CEO of Century 21. And we are in Washington, D.C., because we both were out sharing some really cool marketing strategies with the real estate community. And on the right, I did write a self-published book called 21 Strategies. We launched this specifically in the real estate industry on January 1st, 2025, and we have since sold thousands and thousands of copies. One of the key reasons why this is important is because I've established a network of real estate agents nationwide, and I would say more importantly, I've established a network, a connection with realtors in our own local market, and this enhances our opportunity in order to be strategic in promoting and marketing your home. I love to travel the world, and this is all done because of our success in real estate. It's one of the key things that has allowed us to do what it is that we do. And so, regards to specifics about your property, I believe that your property, in my opinion, it would be best to list it at $700,000. I think that that is a very strategic price because I think it opens up the door of opportunity for people to walk through the front door and for them to fall in love with the home, and to also let them fall in love with everything else that's surrounding to the property, meaning the street, the view, the area, the location, etc. And one thing that I do when I sell real estate is I'm very strategic on marketing. That's actually a linchpin of what makes me different in comparison to a lot of other realtors. And one of the key things, as an example, is the fact that I don't just sell a home. I'm not just selling the bedroom count, bathroom count, and square footage, but I'm also selling the city. The city of Ontario has so many amazing things, and our city has blown up. It has grown rapidly. We have the largest Amazon distribution center in North America with over 3 million square feet, over 7,000 active robots that are working 24 hours a day. And of course, the Ontario International Airport is an award-winning airport. It's continued to grow with the amount of traffic that we have coming in and out. And it also serves as a major hub for UPS, which is ideal because this has brought so much infrastructure. As we know, the Ontario Mills has been around for quite some time, but if you've walked into Ontario Mills lately, it is completely different from what it was 20 years ago. It's new, it's modern. The Victoria Gardens was just acquired for over $500 million, and there's a significant investment being made into the Victoria Gardens. And of course, the Toyota Arena, we have some of the biggest names in music, some of the biggest artists that are performing in the city of Ontario. These are key reasons these are key points to share with prospective buyers, because a lot of buyers look for houses in the city of Ontario without being fully aware of all of the amazing reasons as to why they should choose us amongst any other city. As mentioned, UPS does have a major hub, but some of the other major employers in our area include Amazon, UPS, as well as FedEx, and we are also pretty prominent when it comes to healthcare as well. This is important because these are people who work in our community, but it's also a specific target market to make sure that we are promoting your home directly to prospective buyers. Now, I'm a premier marketer with Homes.com. Now, this is significant because Homes.com has invested over $1 billion to attract more buyers directly to their website. When a buyer shows up on Homes.com, and if they're looking for properties in the city of Ontario or any like kind properties, if they're doing research on the school district, we have an opportunity to promote your home to them. And properties that are promoted and marketed in this strategic way on homes.com are 25% more likely to go under contract within about 10 days. So we're looking to pull in quite a few views for your property. And this is kind of like your home being showcased like the Mona Lisa. We know that it's a competitive market and we want to do everything that we can to stand out. And so this is one of the key ways your listing will get prominent exposure when people are looking in the city of Ontario. And then the cool thing about it is that we have a dedicated page that will allow us to showcase the things that we create. For example, we will have a Matterport tour. This is a 3D tour that's created to allow somebody to virtually walk through your property. And if somebody visits homes.com, they'll be able to access and view the 3D tour. But in addition to that, we make it very simple and easy. We give them a floor plan, but it's the way that this website is designed is to keep and to capture the attention of the prospect. And let's just say that that buyer clicks on your listing and then they go back to work, or maybe the kids are crying and they put the computer down or their phone down. We also engage with retargeting. So this gives us a chance to be able to promote your home directly to them by way of popular sites such as New York Times, Yahoo, CNN, Facebook, YouTube, and so on. So what you're seeing on the screen right now are examples of ads that will be ran prominently with my photo and your property in order to drive them back to the listing page that I just showed here. So this is all additional exposure, all brought to you by homes.com due to the fact that I'm a Premier member. And as mentioned, if somebody's doing digging, they're doing some research for the City of Ontario, downtown Ontario, or they're looking at the school district, then this gives us a chance to be able to have emails automatically sent to this buyer pool. So these buyers have been cultivating online these networks of buyers for quite some time. And if they're anywhere within our parameters, they're going to get an email that looks just like this to let them know that your property is on the market. All of our data, it's all tracked, it's all analyzed. It gives us an opportunity to be able to look directly at the daily number of views that we're getting on our ads, in addition to seeing how many people are favoriting our listing. So we have a combination of not just homes.com, Zillow.com, Redfin.com, Realtor.com. We will hit any and all angles to make sure that your property is prominently promoted. And one of the key things that I think is going to be really important for your home also is staging. Now, your home is deserving of staging because I do believe that you have a beautiful home. We do know that it's dated, there's no question, but with a thorough cleaning and getting the property cleared out, we will bring our staging team in. I will personally walk the property with my stager, and together we will come up with an overall look of how are we going to get this home designed and how are we going to get it staged so that way when somebody walks through the front door, we take their breath away. We want them to walk through the front door so that way it's very simple and easy for them to envision what it would be like if they were living in your home. Now, all of this online marketing makes a ton of sense, but one of the key differentiating factors between myself and competitors is the fact that I've been promoting the concept of video marketing in real estate for nearly 20 years. Before things like YouTube were even a thing, it was simply being able to create videos and to find ways to promote them. And fast forward, it has made a significant difference in the amount of exposure that we get for each and every one of our listings. So I just want to share with you two quick examples so that way you can get an idea of what we will do specifically for your home. Living in Claremont's Pitzer Ranch is more than just owning a home.
It's about unlocking a lifestyle.
Welcome to 828 Citrus Court in Claremont, California. Inside, the open concept layout flows effortlessly from the living room to the dining area, ideal for entertaining or relaxing after a long day. Now, while this video is playing, I'll mute it right now. Just want you to know that this property was vacant. There was a tenant in place, and then the tenant moved out, and then the client called me, and I encouraged him. I said, look, let us get this property staged. Let us at least put some furniture in place so that way when somebody walks in, we are able to just make it a lot easier for them to envision what this home would look like. And not only are we selling the details of the home, but we're also selling the community as well. And that's what will be coming up next.
Bedrooms. And you'll find a built-in desk area, full bathroom, and laundry hookups, designed for convenience and flexibility. You also have a 2-car garage, which includes a tankless water heater. Efficiency meets modern comfort. Pitzer Ranch offers so much more, including a clubhouse, barbecue area, picnic spaces, and beautifully landscaped grounds throughout.
In Claremont Village, there are plenty of places to eat, drink, and play.
It's a place where you can grab a coffee with your friends or enjoy a craft beer from one of many coveted places. They call Claremont the city of trees and PhDs for a reason. With 7 world-renowned colleges, this city blends academic prestige with small-town charm.
All right, we'll move on. I'll show you one more because this is what I envision doing for your home. That previous video was more about the city, the community, but what I would like to do is to be able to walk a buyer through your home. So that way it gives me a chance to be able to accentuate the true details of what makes your home so special, what makes it so unique, and who better to convey this than to somebody who loved the area so much that when it came time for them, meaning me, to buy a home, I bought a home on Amber Court as well.
So welcome to our latest listing in the City of Ontario, a single-story, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, just over 1,100 square feet on a 9,000 square foot lot. Now when you first walk in, the first thing I want to point out is this. This door is original from 1950. This home has not been on the market for over 70 years. So please, whoever's buying this home, please do not change the front door. Of course, if you buy the home, do what you want. When you walk in, you have a combined entry space with your living room area. It's pretty expansive. You have the 24-inch by 24-inch surround.
It's a beautiful home. We took the time to make sure that we were highlighting the details. We weren't leaving it up to somebody to figure it out. Now, I wanted to just go over a couple of specifics. This actually just closed for us. In fact, now the neighbor's home, the house just to the left, had been on the market for over 100 days. And then we show up to the party in order to get this property sold. My client was under the gun because they traveled to Nashville, Tennessee area, Hendersonville specifically. And my client, the owner of this property, landed a job. So he went, imagine, one weekend, next thing you know, they're like, you're hired, we want to hire you. And so he came back saying, John, I need to sell my house. I need to sell it fast. I need to sell it now because I already have a job and I'm moving out there and I really can't afford 2 mortgages. So keep in mind, with that other property being on the market for over 100 days, that could be potentially problematic. Now, we put this property on the market at $650,000. Now, there's a key thing here. This property has solar. It is with Sunrun. And then my client added a second lease. So now he has a total combined solar payment of over $240 per month. And the person that ended up buying the home, she's a single individual. So she's thinking, hey, that's an overkill. I don't need this much solar. It's just me. Is there any way we could cancel the second contract? Unfortunately, we're not able to do so. Now, this buyer is also a cash buyer. Because she's a cash buyer, she wanted a more aggressive price. We went back and forth. Initially, they came to the table at $620,000, knowing that the neighbor's home had been on the market for over 100 days. And we were able to lock in a price at $635,000. And this was not by accident. We knew where our client wanted to be. We knew where they really needed to be. They had purchased this home over 2 years ago. They definitely made money on this. We're the ones that helped them with this. But the fact that they could close the deal in 10 days was more enticing to them than even allowing the home to still be showed. And what I mean by this is that I put this under contract by holding one open house. So after holding one open house, I was able to put this under contract. And we had more people that were reaching out asking if they can show it because their buyers were really interested. And unfortunately, they were not able to do so. I know you asked for client testimonials. My client was kind enough to share this testimonial with me. From the very beginning, working with John and Margie, that's my partner, felt like having a trusted partner by our side. They were knowledgeable, patient, truly took the time to understand what we were looking for. What impressed us most was their attention to detail and dedication. They were always one step ahead, making sure nothing was overlooked and keeping everything moving smoothly. No question ever felt too small, and they were always quick to respond and offer helpful guidance. Buying and selling a home can be overwhelming, but John and Margie made the entire process feel easy and stress-free. We're so grateful for their hard work and would highly recommend them to anyone looking for a reliable and genuinely caring realtor. This is a home that we put on the market in the city of Rialto, listed at $550,000. We put it under contract in 13 days at $25,000 above asking, but in total, we were able to get this property closed in 21 days, and that was phenomenal. The appraisal had originally come back at $540,000. So we were $35,000 away from the accepted offer price. The real estate agent came back to us and said, hey, the appraisal came in low. So my client wants to buy the house at $540,000. We were like, no way. Your appraiser did not do their job correctly. Appraisers usually don't like to hear that. So what we had to do, we brought in a new investor, a new appraisal, and we were able to give the direction in the insight and to provide the comps. So that way the appraisal was satisfied with a new appraiser. We were able to get the deal closed at $575,000 and everybody was happy. This is a property we sold in Alta Loma. I refer to it as the crown jewel of Alta Loma. It's absolutely beautiful property. And the key thing about this is that a buyer walked through the front door. And when the buyer walked through the front door, he had informed me that he had a real estate agent. He had not signed a contract with that realtor, but he had a few questions. He's looking to add over here to the right side of the property behind that gate. And I had already reached out to the city just to get information because I had an assumption that somebody would want to add square footage because it's such a beautiful home, but it's only 2,000 square feet. I was able to answer all the questions for the buyer. And then he ended up reaching out to me and he said, my wife loves the way you work. We'd like to know if you would like to write the offer. So I was able to write an offer to put the deal together and to make it stick, make it work. So my seller was able to get what they wanted. The buyer was able to get what they wanted. And everybody was happy. And the buyer of this home, great guy. Actually, he's a doctor at San Antonio Hospital right there in Upland. And he was looking in between Claremont, Alta Loma, and Etiwanda. Here's one more. The video tour where I walked through and I said, don't change the front door. This is the brother of Boyce. Boyce, who lives right across the street from your mom. And so now that's Jackie and Joey's home. They're the ones who purchased the home. But Eric, their son, had given me an opportunity to list the home for them. Although when I first talked to Eric, he had told me that he has a relationship with a real estate agent for more than 40 years who was going to list that house. And I was able to get Eric's attention and he was open to giving me an opportunity just to break down what we could do. But with that, I got a call from Boyce's brother. And he had shared with me, I love what you did for my brother's home. I liked all the marketing. Come on out, let's talk, no promises. And I met with him. We listed at $610,000 and we were able to secure a buyer in 11 days at $655,000. And we were able to get this closed pretty efficiently in 22 days. In fact, this is Boyce's brother right here. He is on camera just sharing a little bit about what it was like working with me and my team.
Contacted John because he sold my brother's house, did a quick job, so didn't have to interview anybody for the job. After they sold the property, which is extremely close to here, that's why I decided to go with John after kind of talking with him because I had a good feeling about him. And he's like a neighbor as opposed to going with a big kind of corporate company. You get a more kind of personal touch, I would say. No, I think it's been great. It's absolutely great. He just keeps you informed about everything that's going on. He's really professional and he really knows his stuff. So I've been very happy and it's beyond my expectations.
Love that. And then I did ask one more my client, Tom, to just share a few words of what it was like working with me and my team as well.
My wife and I have bought and sold many properties, and this was the first time that a transaction went off without a hitch. Contact John or Margie at Hire Realty immediately. They know what they're doing. It was amazing. I mean, all of the prep with the video, the mapping, all of the marketing that was done in it, having prospective buyers come through the house. I have never experienced that and was very thrilled with the results of it. If I had questions, you came back with answers right away or explanations, explained how things were working. You never left us in the dark. We never felt like we were, forgotten people. It was like we were your only client. In 4 days, the house, 7 offers, all over asking, and then 30-day escrow with no hitches. Yeah, if you're going to sell your house, these are the people to deal with. There's no doubt about that. It was. That's just it. It was perfect.
So this concludes everything that I wanted to share with you. And I'm really hoping that we do have an opportunity to be able to represent you and your family in order to sell this beautiful home. I love the property. I love the area, as mentioned, and this is home to me. And I would really be honored if your family would give my team and I the opportunity to be able to find the perfect buyer for your property. So if you have any questions along the way, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly. You can send me a text, email, or phone call, and I'd be happy to review any additional details. I hope you take the time to review the PDF that I will include along with this email, so that way you can read all of the answers to the questions that you had about our selling process, our background, our experience in the local market. And I appreciate it very much. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you.